We work very hard to help them be successful, but they have to have a willingness to partner with us and an ability to pay and a need for housing. A lot of times people will be living someplace that's not a bad location, it's not bad, but they don't have a real need for housing. So that's one of the things. We do visit their current housing and determine, in fact, are they really qualified? And those people that watched Extreme Makeover saw the kinds of conditions that the Wilson family was living in. And that's the kind of thing that we're trying to work to eliminate.
The Wilson family was a family that would have been accepted as having the need, clearly the need.
Exactly, and that would give you a good example of what the need was like.
There is a lot of families like that in Horry County.
Horry County has a tremendous need for housing here, affordable housing. And when we talk about affordable housing, you know, the counties and cities talk about affordable housing in the real estate market, but they're talking about houses that are available for somewhere between $150,000 and $200,000. Well, we sell our houses for $69,000 and $74,000. So, for us, the difference between that being affordable and $150,000 or $180,000 is quite a large gap. But our gift is the no interest.
Yeah, we had two ladies in recently from the Health Reach van that Conway Medical Center does. It was fascinating. Janie Smith and Liz Bright, who go out with the Backpack Buddies program for one school. I can't remember the name of the school, Palmetto Bays, I believe, and providing food to children for the weekends, to have some food over the weekends, where truly they're getting their only meals there at school. And there's just not the ability. So clearly, if there's that much need in a single school in the county for food over the weekend, then the surroundings, the housing situation there throughout the county must be much graver than could even be covered if Habitat for Humanity was flowing with money.
Well, when you talk about housing, you know, we do more than housing, and we talk about building community, and that you know, anybody can build a house. And, you know, as maybe not you, if you don't do that kind of thing.
I can't build a house.
You can't build a house.
I will admit,
but I'm saying that any qualified building or construction person can build a house. But what we're interested in is what happens before and after families are in homes, and that once they're in a home, they're part of a community, they are part of the tax base, they pay taxes on their houses, they take care of their houses, they become part of a community. And that now, instead of children not having a place to sleep or their own bedroom or a place to do their homework, we see a lot of improvements in those types of they're a little bit more subjective things. It's hard to measure. Are the kids doing well? You can measure if the kids are doing better in school before and after moving into a home, Habitat home, but some of it is subjective. We know it improves families' lives.
Not all the homes that you all have done since 1991, the 75-plus homes that you all have done, and maybe you can give me the exact number, I pulled that off the website, have been in the Village of Dreams here. They've been spread all over. How new, or what's the status of the village? Is it 30 to 35 acres?
No, actually, it's only a 7.5-acre parcel that we started with, and we put 15 homes on that, and then this parcel is another 2 or 2 acres, I guess. No, it's actually less than an acre. It's an acre and about a quarter.
I was thinking about some of the needs if folks could donate. One of them was donating a plot of land.
Absolutely.
Potentially 30 to 35 acre plot of land. But there are a number of great things.
Land would be wonderful. But even one parcel is fine. So if people have a parcel that they decided they couldn't use or wasn't suitable for what they had in mind, one parcel's great. We sometimes have people give us a parcel. We're always looking for property, and that's part of my development piece and my land acquisition part of what I do. And I'll be spending even more time on that because we'll be out of property nearly by the end of 2008. We'll probably be able to build a little bit in 2009 if we don't have some kind of parcel that we can start to develop and build houses on.
And the benefits for landowners there's a potential good tax deduction there. You all are obviously a 501c3 corporation.
They can donate the total cost. Sometimes we can work out a deal where they can donate part of it and we can pay cash for part of it. And we can have people who would just like to adopt a lot, where they might give $10,000 for us to put it toward purchasing property, and that would really be helpful. We actually just had one that was actually probably one of our first ones where a person in the community donated $10,000 at Christmas time in honor of one of the people that he does business with. And it's going to go for a lot, to
That's
adopt
wonderful.
a lot. So there are lots of opportunities for people, cash, in-kind, services, your time, volunteer time, lots of different things that can be done.
Very important. And the website lays out some great things. How can a viewer help right now if someone couldn't go online? Some of the things, of course, it highlighted: praying, volunteering, requesting a speaking engagement,
Absolutely.
getting you in to come speak to their church, to their service club, to their religious establishment, whatever that is.
They can also donate to the resale store.
Donating time, donating product.
Well, we do pick up, so it can be new product or it can be gently used merchandise. Say you got a new sofa or a new chair and your chair is still serviceable and somebody else might be able to use it. Instead of throwing it away, you can donate that to
offices that are moving from one
Absolutely.
location to another. They're buying new furniture. If they took good
Yes.
care of their previous furniture.
We just got a large amount of furniture from a bank that recently changed over.
Great, great.
Or didn't need all of the furniture that they
Right.
had.
I saw establishing a
merger.
foundation was an idea on your website to get to really help out. But there's so many ways. HabitatMB.org's got tremendous information. When you go here, it's page after page of more items. There's also lots of different types of volunteers. What are some examples, Gail? We got about 5 minutes of some different ways. And what would be the requirements of any of our viewers if you needed volunteers? Are there some special things they need to have, or could you use people in the office to help on filing, making phone calls? Do you need to have certain mobility issues? I mean, do they have to be mobile to be able to come volunteer for Habitat for Humanity?
We have had, we use volunteers in our office every morning.
Good.
And for special mailings that we do, we use a slew of volunteers
Good.
to do that because we have a mailing list of about 10,000. So by the time you put all that together, it takes a little bit of time to do that. Sometimes we have special projects that they might be able to help with that are office related. We have an elevator in the building, so if people need handicapped accessible facility, we can provide that. People can help in the store, volunteer in the store, also on the construction site. Most of the people that want to volunteer initially want to volunteer on the construction site. That's probably the most popular site.
Right.
And we're getting ready to start 2 houses, one in Myrtle Beach on what we call the Crayola community, because it's a piece of property that's bordered by orange, gray, and crimson streets. And we're building 10 houses there.
10
and we
homes
have
there, wow.
3 completed, and this will be the 4th one that we do. The First United Methodist Church of Myrtle Beach is the sponsor. We have
Where
had,
you're a member, right?
Exactly.
Right.
We have had a Catholic house that was just finished.
Right.
All the Catholic churches in the community built that one. First Presbyterian Church of Myrtle Beach did one of the houses there. So, and then we're starting a house in Conway in the Turtle Creek subdivision, and the Baptist churches are going to be working on that, as well as we're using the money that we raised from our $100 house campaign.
Oh yeah,
So
absolutely.
and
Very
it's
important
that's
to
our
highlight.
82nd house that we're building in Conway. So we've got people who want to volunteer on that house who gave money, and it's going to be built by several of Jamestown Baptist Church and First Baptist in Conway.
Right.
Plus probably some others that we'll pick up along the way, and it will be the 82nd house.
Folks want to know how their $100 donation could turn into a Habitat house.
Exactly, and we raised over half of the cost of the house, which is $56,000.
Yes.
So that was excellent. Had a great response from the community.
Where will the 6 homes be built? The 5 builders are doing in the 5 days. Hopefully 7 homes as well. Will they all be contiguous to each other?
They will be.
They will. Good.
They
So
will
you're
be.
out there, obviously.
Village of Dreams
yeah.
will be the location just off of Dick Scobie Road and Ron McNair Boulevard off 501.
Very important. Easy to find, and
Easy
for folks
to
who
find.
want to volunteer, they sure want to get in touch with you ahead of time to make sure. I'm sure you probably have, as you said, since a lot of folks want to be there on the site. There's probably instances where there's even too many people.
Well, one of the things about the Builders Blitz is
Right.
that we're not using volunteers to build during the Blitz. They will be providing support services.
Okay, sure.
Helping with meals, helping visitors, kind of doing some support services, moving people from parking places into the site so that they can see, because traffic and cars will be a problem on the site. And it is already a community, so we've got children in the Village of Dreams already, and the 15 homes that are there. We don't want people speeding through there and bunches of, so we're going to try to keep the traffic down a little bit.
Gail, you have to stay active with the families, both during, before, during, and after, and maintain good family support, I'm sure.
Well, one of the things that we say at Habitat is that once you're a Habitat family, you're always a Habitat family. First of all, we hold the mortgage for the home, and so families are coming to pay us their mortgage payments.
Monthly.
And we care about whether they've lost their job or whether they have medical issues or whether their kids are having trouble or whatever. And so we spend quite a bit of time trying to do some of that support what we can. Help them find the resources. We don't want to do things for the families, and that's that whole hand up, hand out kind of
thing. A hand up, not a handout.
One of the big things I think that makes Habitat so valuable in the community is that we don't give things away. And people like that. They like to know that the families actually do something to earn what they're getting. And so we try to help them become independent. We don't want them to be dependent on us, but we want them to be able to be part of the community, be on their own. And I heard a person from Harvard say at a conference, he said, what Habitat does is we don't provide safety nets, but we provide trampolines so that people can spring out of poverty into the middle class by home ownership. And I think that that's a visual that people can see and understand.
Yes, those are great words. I'm glad you heard that and shared it with us. Gail, thanks so much for being with us this morning. I'm sorry we've run out of time.
Thank you.
Absolutely.
You know I can talk forever.
No, you did very well. We'll get you back another time. Stay tuned to more Carolina People with the Executive Director of the Habitat for Humanity of Horry County, Gail Olive, coming up next. We ran out of time. She had to share that great idea off camera. That aspect of a handout's often perceived as a safety net. Can you see the hand up? The trampoline analogy she was giving it. Isn't that a great one? The hand up. A hand up, not a handout. 916-8815, 843-916-8815, or habitatmb.org. Building, I love those lines, building homes in partnership with God's people in need. Building homes in partnership with God's people in need. Take the time to go online or pick up the phone, 916-8815, Gail Olive.